Hello, and this is Sir Alexander with another Protoss tips and tricks video. I pretty much always play Protoss with the occasional Terran, and very rarely I'll play a Zerg player. I'll be Zerg, but this is Scrapyard, and I'm in the right-hand corner, and he is in the left. So this is really a containment method, kind of somewhat by the Protoss. See, the Terran are very good at walling in and containing you. So what you want to do sometimes is contain them, and that's really what I decided to do in this game. By what I did in the late game, I'm going to speed through this in the beginning, because I just put down some gateways, put down a pylon, just like normal. He goes for Reapers. He's got his first Reaper on the way. Reapers are very difficult to deal with sometimes, but because I went straight for a Cybernetics core, I'll be able to get a, what do you call that? A Stalker out. I'm sorry, I've got a little bit of cold if I sound weird. But, so I have dual assimilators up, so I start my harvesting. Here come the first Reapers. Oh! Don't want to spoil the ending. Hang on. There we go. It was somewhere in here. Yeah, there we go. So first two Reapers are on the way. Now I have one Stalker on the way, so these two are going to come up and start taking down my probes. It's really your choice whether you want to run with your probes or not. I did because I had a Zealot coming up, and I knew he'd run from my Zealot instead of get owned by it. So they're going to hop down here and hop back up and do some harassment. My probes come back to harvest, and they'll do a few shots on that gateway. Not really worth much on the gateway. It's much better on the pylon, because the gateway's got like 1,000 health, and the pylon only has 400. He'll try and face up to that Stalker, but that is a bad fight, and he really does not want to do that. This Reaper jumps back up, and Major Miss Micro there, as it will get taken down and destroyed. He has another Reaper on the way. I'm going to speed up, though. Okay, so like I've said in the previous tips and tricks, almost all of my tips and tricks are 4 gates. I like always do a 4 gate, just because I'll do a 4 gate, and then if I feel like transitioning into something else, I'll go ahead and do that. But I hate Void Rays. I really don't like using Void Rays, so I never really do use them. That Reaper gets owned. So here's the containment method. This works especially well on Scrapyard, I believe. Now, at this point, hang on just a second. I had an observer fly into their base, I think. Yeah. Oh, well, so I do not see that factory yet anyways. So what I did here, what I decided to do was warp in a robotics bay and get immortals. I just decided to do it right outside of his base. So I put this pylon down behind the vents so they can't see it, which is nice, because that means the Marines have to move right here. He tried to push out with an immortal there, but I'll be able to take him down very easily. These two guys get away with their full shields. My guys keep wanting to charge, so I pull them back further. I'm putting down a robotics bay right here in the open, which is a strange move, but it worked out very well, because I don't want my immortals to have to run all the way around here. Oh, and I left the Stalker here just in case he brought Reapers in. That's always a good idea. So, and then I ran with my probe off, and what I'm going to do is put down a pylon up here. Now, this is a safety maneuver. I wanted to proxy this building, but also because if he comes out and sees this building, destroys it, and destroys this, he's not going to think that you proxied up here as well. He's going to think that any buildings you were proxying, you put here. So, excuse me. So my first immortal is out, and I'm chrono boosting my next one, and I'm putting down a second pylon, trying to keep from being supply blocked here, and I'm getting ready to push in. Now, I think, yes, I scouted that factory, so I know he's going to be getting siege tanks because he does have a tech lab on it. Really, a viable option for him right now would have been to go to Banshees, but he decided not to. So I put up a Stargate because I was going to go for a Void Ray to sneak around behind and hit him from here, especially since I saw he had mostly Marauders and very few Marines. So what I was intending on doing was pushing in here, testing this front door, and then hitting him with a Void Ray here. So I'm going to test this front door, and then I see that he doesn't have that big of an army, and I figured he would have had several siege tanks, but I decide now that I can really just probably push in. Siege tank is just finishing siege tech, so he'll be able to put that guy in siege mode. And here are the crazy fun, what do you call this, force fields. I don't want his guys to be able to shoot me, so I start throwing down force fields like mad there, and I think I ran out of energy. Bought me a lot of time, and so I was able to destroy this. That siege tank is attacking that immortal. What a mistake. So, and then I will be fighting here, and will take down his army, but mine will also be destroyed. That siege tank will finally destroy mine, but he doesn't have a base here. So now I'm in a very good position. I have my first Colossus on the way because I got that robotic bay. My first um, uh, Void Ray is coming out. I had more Zealots in here. We'll be able to take him down. He's going to probably put this thing in siege mode very soon. But right now I'm in the lead. I'm just going to wait for that Void Ray and this Colossus to get out. And then I'll be able to push in and seal the deal. I know he doesn't have a command center. He can't rebuild. I don't know why he's still in this game. But here I come, and that's that. That tank won't even get off a shot. So here's a good tip on how to build up and move out. The thing is you want to put down your 4 gates and your cybernetics core and a couple cannons. You really, against Terran, it's always a good idea just to have a few cannons down here just in case they do Banshees, because if they do Banshees and you don't have the cannons, it's GG. And also because he had Reapers. Something else I could have done is put down a cannon like right here, but I just decided to leave a Stalker there instead. So you can see I just warped in a bunch of units, marched across the map, held this position so he couldn't push out. Usually Protoss can hold the map over Terran until Terran gets good siege tanks. And then Chrono boosted 2 Immortals out and then went for Void Rays and Colossus. So there's some tips, and I hope this will help you Protoss players out there to build up your forces and start owning the Terrans across the galaxy.